Howdy everyone, we are in southern Kansas right now, not that far from Oklahoma actually. We have a place down here we usually come for New Year's just to kind of hang out and stuff like that. We always generally go to Brown Auctions New Year's sale, usually toys, cast iron, antiques, collectibles, stuff like that to look at. So we like to go to that auction, but it's just a nice little retreat for the family to come down to. But we're also here, well, wife and I are gonna load up tomorrow, leave the kids with the grandparents, and head southeast into Oklahoma for something for us for the farm. It's gonna be an ongoing project I'm fairly excited about. It's something we actually need for the farm too. So it'll be really interesting to do that. But right now we're enjoying some red dirt views, and we're headed over to Sun City, Kansas, to Buster's to get some barbecue and some fish bowls and beer probably, and who knows what else. So we're gonna have fun. We are on the road this morning. Had a good time at Buster's last night. Had a couple fish bowls. I've got Sarah and Jem along this morning, and we're headed east from Medicine Lodge across southern Kansas. We're going through kind of the Flint Hills here right now in southern Kansas, but we're headed gonna make a couple stops along the way on this trip, but we're actually ending up east of Tulsa to grab a pickup for the farm. We'll talk about that more when we get there, but along the way we're gonna stop and see Big Brutus in West Mineral, Kansas, and then I think we're gonna go through Pitcher, Oklahoma, which is right on the Kansas-Oklahoma state line, which is a government Superfund site, kind of an abandoned ghost town where they used to have a lead mine, I believe. There was quite a bit of mining in southeast Kansas, so it'll be really interesting to look at all that stuff, because like I'm from far northwestern Kansas, and we actually have a silica mine locally, but that's the only thing of that sort of purpose anywhere nearby. But kind of a cool drive. I have actually spent very, very little time in southeast Kansas in my lifetime, just because there's rarely things I get down here to need. Wichita, you know, Emporia, Topeka is kind of, you know, as far south and east as I really ever get. And you know, when you think about it, I can actually be in like 7 other states before I get to the southeast corner of Kansas. So it's just kind of, I'm on the opposite corner, and it's just not an area I get to. If I get to Oklahoma, it's out towards the Panhandle, and yeah, Texas is kind of the same way. I mean, I've traveled through OKC and stuff like that a few times going to Dallas and College Station, but yeah, just rolling this morning. When we get to Big Brutus and look at that, we'll have to get out the camera, and maybe when we get to Pitcher and look at all the piles of waste and stuff there, we can share that. But for now, we're gonna roll. Well, we made our first stop here at Big Brutus. The giant coal shovel. Lots of other mining related equipment here, but I'm gonna go look at that guy. Pretty cool. Very, very large. It's not small at all. It's a long way up there. I think they used to let you walk all the way to the top too. Insurance says no now. Are we surprised? I'm not surprised. That's funny.
It's gonna feel bigger than your other.
Oh, by a long shot, but that's okay. Power steering fluid added. It's a little leaky and stuff like that, but I just want to hear it go through the gears.
Yeah, which it will on this road.
moldy in here, but that's not surprising at all. A lot of windows to try to seal up in a rainy climate, and the cab's really solid. Everything I looked at,
No rust.
no rust or anything scary on it like that. I like the dash and everything, but it's got a cover over it. We can put seat covers in it easy.
Oh yeah. I feel like you almost had a recliner in this car before. But we'll get it home and it'll dry out.
Yeah. It smells like it might be burning a little oil, but that's no big deal. Not on something like this. It's not like we're going to be putting thousands of miles on it.
Yeah. If we are, we have another issue.
Old diesel pickup. Might have to put heavier leaf springs on it. I saw it doesn't have a real heavy, thick pack on it, but I mean, it could be a single Bale truck too until that date.
Yep.
It says Western Trucks, Edmond, Oklahoma is where they, Truck Works, Edmond, Oklahoma is where they did the conversion. Still got the cassette player and all. Does that actually work? Yeah, who cares? That's a problem for later. He said the heater all worked. Sounds good. Not a powerhouse, but chronometer's working, tach's working. Boost gauge does work. Water temp's coming up. We got oil pressure down there. I dig it.
Good.
Didn't have to drive all the way through 4 states for nothing, I guess.
I'm not gonna lie, I'd be a little pissy
Oh,
if
yeah.
you didn't like
yeah,
it.
They've tried to peel some of the tint off it too, and that's part of the residue on the windows.
Oh,
I think if we
okay.
take some alcohol to that or something, we should be able to.
Goop. Oh, not goop, the green goo or whatever.
Well, guys, here's what we got. 86 Ford F350 Crewcab with Dewey's bed on it. This one was customized by a company out of Edmond, so has like a nicer interior and everything going on here. You know, it says XL, but it's pretty loaded out in here. Got map lights up there. It's just an automatic truck, which is fine because anybody can drive it. Yeah, really solid. We're honestly like 2 miles from Arkansas here, but really solid rest feed truck. I've looked underneath it. Got a Dewey's Model 480 bed on it, which is perfect for us because I need another Bale bed pickup just for spares. 16-inch steel wheels all the way around it. We'll look at this closer once we get out of here too. Cool truck. The Dewey's bed on it isn't current. He just put this bed on and didn't really finish the project, so the pump and stuff I got to install. Comes with spotlights. We got visor here. I need to get the right color and put on the front. It is a diesel truck. So you got 6.9 IDI under the hood. Come on. There we go. Yeah, 6.9 IDI with a turbo on it, ATS turbo on it under the hood here, which is really cool. Yeah, wiring could use cleaned up a little. That's no big deal. Most of these have had the glow plugs wired into a switch by now in their lifetime, so that's totally okay. But yeah, really cool. Cool truck, a little leaky diesel wise, no big deal. Might leak some oil, might not, I don't know. It's pretty solid truck, be good for what we need. But that's kind of your preview here, but we're gonna get her loaded, get back to Medicine Lodge before it gets too late in the day. It's been a long day already. All right, we made it home last night about 8 after 12 hours of driving and a lot of other stuff yesterday. But home, unloaded. Let's look this thing over. I've already drove around a little bit this morning, and the thermostat got stuck. So yay project trucks and yay buyer's remorse. I don't know, not really that remorseful on this, just like that's typical. But yeah, 86 Ford F350 Crewcab dually with Deweze model 480 bed on it. The way this worked out was he was actually in the process of putting the bed on this truck off of a chassis cab F350, and just never quite got the project done, and sold his cows, and didn't need the truck anymore, and now we're here basically. The truck should have actually been, or was actually, a factory single rear wheel crew cab 4-wheel drive. You could not buy these as a dually in this era in a crew cab. So it's got steel spacers front and rear and lug centric coined rims, which is kind of meh, but you can actually buy newer spacers now from different companies that are not coined rims if it becomes an issue. Truck's really pretty solid. I have not found any rust on it yet. I mean, I haven't absolutely just crawled underneath it, but you know, all the areas you'd be worried about are not worrisome. The bale bed here, he said his grandpa bought in like 2002, I think is what I figured out off the serial number. Put it on here, and they never really used it to unroll bales. I mean, look how much paint is still on those spinners. The bed floor still has a ton of paint on it. The pins here on the back and the washers still have some paint, which would not be the case if it had been used. Looks like we're missing a grease zerk there. Not a major ordeal, but like the fact that there's still paint on the cotter pins and washers tells me this bed basically never really got used. He said they actually pulled a rake with it quite a bit, and behind the previous pickup it was on, and used the hydraulics to lift and lower the rake, which I guess makes sense if that's what you're wanting to do. But the bed is very nice. I will have to probably think about getting toolboxes for it, and need to get the dummy arms that go right here, honestly. This truck was not a chassis cab truck, would have had a box originally, so they did add to the back end of the frame some to bolt up the bed. We can look at that. I would like to change a little bit of hardware under here because I don't love it, but that's okay. Yeah, while we're here, we can look kind of underneath the truck. I see surface rust, but I do not see rust through anywhere underneath this thing, which is wonderful. Really wonderful. Got the right hand side's got some door dings and stuff and scrapes, typical older guy stuff. 16-inch wheels and tires all around, so we can sort that out. Got a cool grill guard on the front, which is perfect. I bet I ripped the light bar off of it. That is unfortunately, but that's unfortunate right there, but that's just old pickups. Hood scrapes a little coming up right in the middle, so we might need to work on adjusting that. No radio antenna. Kind of has all the old man accessories. Got your little window, you know, your Vite covers there. The Long Ranger. I don't know. I don't think this is the proper rear seat, but it works in here. This is actually a conversion truck We talked about that from Western Truck Works. So I think it was bought as an XL truck, and then this company brought it in and accessorized it, painted it, and it probably pulled horse trailers or whatnot for rodeo people would be my guess. We're trying to let the truck cool down since the thermostat got hung up. It's a thermostat, it's not head gasket, because that top radiator hose is really tight, and the bottom one's dead cold. So yeah, thermostat. Guess we're gonna do that when we get home. But 6.9 IDI diesel. My son has already been here and not helped me with the wear and tear on the seats, but we're gonna put seat covers on it probably anyway, just to kind of, because I mean it's gonna be a work truck. We're not buying fancy truck here. It's got a lot of aftermarket gauges in it. Kind of got to decide what I want to do there. I'd really rather go back to factory gauges. Also having some electrical issues this morning. I tossed new batteries in it because they had smaller car batteries in it. And I actually had some Group 31s with me, and then I bumped some wires, and now my ignition isn't working right. The glow plugs are on a button down here. Pretty normal stuff for 6.9s. That's your fuel on off kill. I think we might try to make this all work somewhat nicely again. Radio did turn on, but now it's not working. Blower motor I think is full of leaves, so we need to clean that out. Got, you know, the dash cover, she's got some cracks on that side over there, but overall not that bad. The plastic in here doesn't feel terribly brittle or anything like that. Yeah, seat's just not that great. We'll have to get covers for it. Yeah, 6.9 diesel. So just kind of looking. Headliner's actually not that bad. It came with a visor to go across the front, you know, the cab. So we might see about adding that back to it if I feel like it. Might have had like a fairing or wing on it, on top of it at some point in time. It's just hard to tell. These conversion trucks are really popular in the 70s and 80s. So I don't know, but cool appearing truck, and really like the paint on it. I scrubbed on it a little bit yesterday, just messing around, and like it's gonna shine back up. So we're gonna polish this guy, or buff it out, clean it really good, and then do the vice grip gauge clear coat on it just to kind of preserve it as it is. There's holes here in each A-pillar for spotlights, so we're going to see about maybe putting spotlights back on it. Obviously I have to plumb up the Deweze pump and stuff like that. No big deal. I have a local Deweze dealer if I need to get anything, but the pump that's with it did come off a 6.9 diesel, so I've got the pump right there and all that good stuff. We can figure out how to make all that stuff work. You have to put another pulley on the front of the motor to run that pump too, and tensioner, things like that. Doors shut nice. Got a little ding there, kind of whatever. The doors all, you can see on the other side for sure. This side there's no new bushings in, but the driver's door does have new bushings, so shuts pretty nice. Yeah, kind of just waiting for it to cool down here. See if that thermostat will decide to get itself unstuck. At some point here, we're still hovering about 200 degrees, unfortunately. Not sure what that is about. Might need a new door card or whatever you'd call it. Crank windows, which is good for work truck stuff. Like I said, XL package there, but it does have a nice radio and stuff like that. It clock that doesn't work. The e-brake's wired up. That's fine. 4-shift transfer case, manual hubs, stuff like that. He had some Alcoa rims on it that weren't right because they were hub centric. He put these lug centrics back on it, but got the wrong lug nuts on it. It should have the big ass lug nuts on it. And it's got these hubs back in here. They're steel, they're not aluminum spacers, so not a big deal. Locking front hubs, obviously. Power steering pump sounds a little loud. Who's surprised? Be okay. It's a big old truck. You can tell they peeled the window tint off, and there's still plenty of residue left, so we gotta kind of figure that deal out there. Does have the Deweze wired remote. I will probably throw that in the trash can and put a wireless remote in it, because that's just my preference. Pretty good legroom. I mean, I'm 6'4", right? But the legroom in the back of this thing is actually quite nice, in my opinion. So that is really cool. This aftermarket set of lights here. I have no idea if they work. Nothing. Doesn't really matter. Lap seat belts, which I thought was interesting. Not corner or 3-point seat belts. Don't know what to make of that deal. But interior is pretty good. It's clean. Need to put seat covers on it because, oh yeah, it's gonna be a farm truck. Doors are nice. Got wooden handles on the rear, which is kind of cute. You know, windows go up and down as they should. Don't know what else to say. But yeah, the spinners. I mean, those spinners might have been used some. They got some wear on them, but not that bad at all, really, in my opinion. I've seen a lot worse. I have a couple that are worse around the farm. My dad's bale bed trucks are kind of in need of repair, and that's why I kind of bought this thing for myself to use. Let's figure out what kind of tires we want on it. I like old school looking mud tires, but bias plies are probably a bad idea. If you have any good thoughts on like an old school looking mud tire, let me know, because that's what I'd like to do. But yeah, I don't know. Besides the thermostat getting stuck on me this morning and it being over full on coolant and wanting to puke it out everywhere, yeah, I don't know. Just old truck things. And at the end of the day, I mean, if we kill a 6.9 diesel, we kill a 6.9 diesel. I don't really want to, because it's a good running truck. Really, truthfully, we'll open the hood and look at that some more now. Oh, and I did forget, these would have like factory electric switch fuel tanks on it. Those never worked right. These two valves here control the fuel tanks and what's flowing and what's not, but he couldn't remember which switch does what. It's on the rear tank right now. So we're gonna have to look into how that's plumbed and figure out what is going on there and what is on and off versus front and rear tanks. So under the hood, I did see the power steering had leaked on my trailer floor overnight, so we need to do that. ATS turbo under here. The filter's kind of crammed in that little box thing, which is a little weird, but whatever. Obviously, we will service this thing. I shoved a couple Group 31 batteries in it to make me feel better, because it was wanting to start pretty hard this morning. Need to make sure all the glow plugs and that good stuff is working, because, well, it's going to Northwest Kansas, where it's cold, which this is probably not the right pickup to buy for, you know, cold Northwest Kansas that's below freezing a lot. But hey, we're gonna have fun, right? Screw it. Did come with an extra radiator, which is nice. Looks like new master cylinder and stuff here. Maybe brake booster is newer. We got some engine oil stop leak. Don't know how I feel about that, but whatever. That also looks like a fairly old bottle to me, but what do I know? Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that, but whatever. We can fix leaks if it's got leaks, I guess, or just keep adding oil too, right? It's a solution. It's got AC on it. Honestly, the Deweze pump kind of goes in this area, so I'm really tempted just to rip the AC pump off of it, because, well, it really probably won't get used much in the summer, honestly. And it's all just extra stuff under the hood here I don't want to have to work around. Yeah, was converted to 134A in Stillwell, Oklahoma in 1998, it says there. So that's kind of interesting. What else we got? Yeah, I broke a wire off this morning here, and I don't know, I think it goes over to this solenoid here and then up to the solenoid to start the truck. So that's pretty unfortunate. I can fix that when I get home. I can still short it right there to start it if need be. yeah, just, I don't know, a little leaky. You can see diesel wise and stuff. Not uncommon on these trucks. We can get all new hoses and clamps for that pretty easy. Fix all this stuff up. The turbo's a little bit in the way on here, but it's not that bad, really, truthfully. Fuel filter's right there in your teeth. Still got the jack underneath here. I assume that's probably like your glow plug controller, but obviously that's not really in use currently. It is cooling off here. That hose is not scary tight like it was a minute ago, which is good, because scary tight was scary, to be honest. I've had thermostats get stuck before, so as long as you're paying attention, it'll be okay. Just, you know, try not to melt down this motor, pop head gaskets, whatnot, on the first day with it. I have the badge here on this side for the F350 part. It is missing off the other side. Light bar will come off. I don't like the looks of little light bars and stuff like that. I mean, the paint's thin in places, cab roof, stuff like that. I mean, it's been outside. He said he kind of got it about a guy's weed row, which is unfortunate. They got parked in a weed row. But you know, on these bale beds, you can tell how many bales you've moved a lot because the floors get wavy. This one, not wavy at all. Had a cake feeder on it. I let them keep that. I got a little bit of discount for it. But yeah, roof's thin, but who's looking at the roof? Anyway, I don't know what else to talk about here. Besides, once it's cooled down some more, we'll fire it up a little bit. We'll look at what the gauge says. We're down to 190 now. Honestly, it might start to flow some coolant and pop that thermostat open. I can hope. Low pressure gauges down there, boost, pyro. Yeah. Mirrors, a little worse for wear, but that's okay. Just a big old truck. Pretty rare truck, really, when you think about it. Not being rusty and a bullnose. That's the cool part for me, I guess. All right, let's fire it up here. Sounds good, really, truthfully. I mean, I didn't see a ton of blow by or anything out of it, which is quite nice, if you can hear me. It is a turbo truck, so sounds good. Kind of fun. I mean, it really does sound good. It'll be fun to mess with for me. I dig it a lot. I think most of the lights are working on it, which is great. We got one cab light, one or two cab lights that don't work. I think most of the lights around the bed here are working. I think that one there might be a little dim, but we can put LED in that or something too. That one's kind of the same story, just older lights. That one works. That one works. The one right here on the front doesn't work. That's no big deal, but yeah, cool truck. We need to get it home now. Tomorrow, well, Tuesday, it's Saturday now, or Monday. We'll go home Monday. We'll get started, probably order thermostats, get some parts ordered for this thing, and see about getting it so we can use it. Well, we're home. It's Tuesday, so we're gonna try to slam this truck together about as fast as I can. Get the pump and everything in it. Just pulled her here in the shop. Kind of first things first, take the fan shroud and fan out of this thing. Might have to adjust the radiator ahead as far as possible. There's a spacer that goes in right here that sets the fan closer to the radiator, and then we actually bolt another set of double pulleys in on the front of the crank pulleys and mount the pump in here. Wired up, run hoses, stuff like that. Hopefully we've got everything here as far as hardware goes. I need to probably check against the instruction sheet from Deweze, but there's that extra set of pulley. There's extra pulley that goes on the front. That's your spacer that goes in place. bolts, nuts, tensioner there, another tensioner, and the pump itself. Just gotta get her all kind of rigged up here, see where we end up. I do have hoses for it. They are too short because they were off a regular cab pickup, and so we will have to switch or make longer hoses. I mean, it doesn't hurt to have new hoses anyway, right? So yeah, there's the hoses there, and that's the remote. We might try to make this one work for now. It's a wired remote. Most of my stuff's all wireless, so would like to get that switched over at some point in time. We might just run with that for now, but I guess just tear in and we'll see about getting the sucker mounted up and operational, right? That's all we can do. Gotta make this pickup work. All right, well, I made quite a bit of progress this afternoon, more than I thought I would. Honestly, you just never know how things like this are gonna go. But I got the Deweze pump up in here, and the bracketry all installed. I have to put an idler in here later once I have the belts here. I need 2 A67 belts to go on, and I'll have to plumb hoses back to the bed. But in the morning we'll go get belts. Need to figure out how long of hoses I need. Might try to do that here this afternoon. And then wiring and top off oil, change oil in the bed. We should be functional here, actually. I thought this might be a little bit harder. Hate to say that now, but we're making big progress. All right, pumps mounted, bed's operational. I still have to zip tie some stuff up, but we're gonna make sure this thing will lift the bale here, and then I'll zip tie that stuff up, then go out to the field. I do know probably gonna need a radiator. I messed up installing the fan shroud and fan and poked a hole in the radiator that was in the truck, grabbed the one that was spare that came with it. It's also got some weep holes in it, so we're losing there. That's life. We'll just order a radiator. I already had a thermostat coming for it, even though I think I got that problem sorted out, and new radiator hoses, new clamps, stuff like that. So it's okay. We'll get there. I also have a power steering line that is dripping annoyingly, and so losing a lot of power steering fluid there. So got to get that corrected. But bed is on, it's functional. Yeah, need to zip tie those up before I forget. Yeah, I left the back cover off here, and I made a little bit of mess with oil. I think I actually have a hose or two O-ring here on the back that are going to need replaced. It's a 20-plus-year-old bed. It's just low use, so time still takes its toll. But yeah, we'll grab the old Deweze remote here, on and out, and it does its thing. So we're gonna go try to feed cows here with it, and then we'll pull it back in the shop, and I'll work on this more later, but we'll probably end the video after we feed cows. It's kind of my feel here. But gonna back up some here. That looks about right. We're gonna see if we're centered. Need to go down a little. This is why I want to put a wireless remote on it, because then I can get out and run it standing here. It doesn't work with that wired remote at all. We'll pull ahead a little and go down, out, squeeze it. See how centered we are. Pretty darn good, I'd say. We'll see how it lifts it. These are heavy bales, like 1,700 pounds. They lifted it. Didn't act like it struggled. My square body struggles with these bales quite a bit, actually, so need to grease this bed too. Forgot about that. But yeah, loaded. So all that stuff is functional. Wonderful. Definitely have an oil leak there. No, I have a coolant leak. and a power steering leak, but that looks good. Really, really good. I'm tickled. Let's go test it out. They're coming. We're right here at the farm conveniently for this, so I'm gonna drive up here north end of this half section of Milo where we had our silage patch and unroll there. That way I can kind of keep track of consumption better. That stuff was cut off short here. Obviously these Milo stalks were left 18 to 24 inches tall, which is wonderful. And really you won't hardly be able to tell the cows have been here as long as you don't leave them here for too incredibly long. You can't, I mean, it's still standing really good. They've been here for a week and a half now. They probably got another month here or more. But we're gonna roll up here, unroll the bale, see how it goes. All right. Do need to grease still. Forgot that. Still. Ooh, I think there might still be some air in the lines by the way that acted. Yeah, definitely still air in the lines. We'll cycle it up and down. Yeah, we're gonna have to mess with that some. Might have a valve hanging open a little bit too. Let's cut the net off here. Cows are coming in. Make them walk up here. Our cow herd, and I know I don't talk about our cow herd much because, well, it's not my favorite part of what we do, but they are Angus Simmental, predominantly. Mine are red Angus Simmental. Dad and mom's are black Angus Simmental. There's a little bit of Hereford mixed in on my herd as well from some previous cattle I bought, but that's kind of the story there, I guess, if you care. I hate net wrap, but it's what you get, right? Trying to do net wrap one-handed, not really great either. I'm gonna find out. Well, it unrolled. I had to hold that bale backwards, so it didn't unroll that good. It happens. You got a 50-50 shot at getting the hold of the bale right, and I was wrong today. But cows are coming in. Everybody seems pretty content. They don't act all that hungry. They're just walking in slow, which is a good sign. It means they're eating the Milo stocks good. Wheel calf, I've still probably got, well, some of these young ones of my mom's, I've got about 30 days before they start calving and about 60 days before anything of the older starts calving. But yeah, it performed as it needed to. I think I'm gonna run up and grab a couple bales for later, but that'll be it here. But overall, really happy with the pickup. It's gonna work. Cows, they don't care, but I'm tickled with it. It's gonna feed cows now for a while. We've still got some more work to do with it, but it's a usable product now, and that's what matters. Thanks to Josh for, you know, selling it to me, and we're gonna hopefully work on this thing some more, get it cleaned up, clear coated, kind of preserve what's there, make it nice. Need to add dummy arms to the bed and probably convert it to a wireless remote, but that's life. Please like, share, and subscribe. My website's territorialtrading.com. There's plenty of toys there for sale. We need to work, and I'm gonna hopefully be ordering some more merch for you guys soon. But with that, you guys take care, have a good one, go drag something out of the weeds and get it running.